And we're back here on Twitch.tv. It's the MLE Network, Turtle Thursday, live for you here from Beckwith Park. Kendo Slice and Anima J bringing you the second of two matchups here scheduled in the Champion League for Thursday night. More Orange Conference action, Kendo. The Hurricanes and the Elite, two teams on kind of either side of the divide, but both of them pretty much in their playoff races.
Absolutely. The Elite, of course, in the stacked Volcanic division. Despite the fact that they're 17 and 23, they are only 4 games out of the leading team within their division. And all those teams are sandwiched together in a wonderful volcanic mess.
There's some iconography in that I don't want to get into right now, but we'll come back to that one later, I'm sure. Owl and Cinderblock playing for the Hurricanes. Again, I believe, if memory serves me correctly, it's the same pairing that we saw last week on Aquadome. It'll be Wiffles and Yukihashi for the Elite, lining up on the purple side of this beautiful Beckwith night. And one of the maps, personally, that I feel gets a really good pop out of the colors, but not to the point where it's obtrusive, you know?
And to be honest, I love the color combination. You got a little bit of purple, you got a little bit of green. I mean, you know, we got your regular Barney the Dinosaur show tonight.
Just going to let that one go.
Probably a good thing. Anyway, they're filing in here. We seriously need to get that cringe counter command. And they file in. We are going to get underway with game number 1, Elite versus the Hurricanes. Cinderblock going to push this into the corner, and he might get an early goal. Owl there to confirm it 7 seconds in.
Yeah, Wiffles unfortunately beat for that one there, and Yuki, having gone for the kickoff, never gets back in time on this one. You see him kind of pre-jump up that wall there, comes down at a weird angle, can't close the distance. Owl with the opening lead here for the Hurricanes, 1-0 early.
Face off, nice 50-50. Cinder gets up very nicely. Not able to get that down under the bar. Wiffles in the corner there. He's going to back pass it to Yuki. Taking his time here. 50-50 will go to the corner. Owl is there. He will take control. Wiffles played aggressively there. Now it's a 1v1. Yuki, very well done. He'll guide this to his own corner. Pushed down. Owl will quickly interfere. Pressure back on again for the Hurricanes. Great 50 though by Wiffles, who's going to keep the offensive pressure off just for now. Cinderblock dropping off of the backboard. Wiffles going to get it back all the way the other way. Not quite on target, though, as Owl's able to defend the play by Yuki. Still in the danger zone, though, and a missed touch by Wiffles might see the change of possession here as Owl going to take it all the way back the other way.
Great defense by the Hurricanes. Nobody panics at any point in this sequence. Owl just waiting for that shot by Wiffles. It's low, it's slow, it's easy to clear. Now Owl goes right upfield. Wiffles coming back in transition, can't atone for his mistake. And the Hurricanes, after holding firm on their goal line, come up with a 2-goal lead.
Wiffles, nice 50. He's going to go up and take the aerial touch. Brings the ball down onto the nose of Owl. Yukihashi is there in the corner, guides it once again into the corner. The Elite doing a good job of trying to keep possession in their defensive end, but it's just been the mistouches so far that have really hurt them here, Jay.
Yeah, the Elite right now just not able to kind of get their wheels underneath them, really get good, consistent play out of this one. As you see Wiffles looking for the redirect, just execute it really tough. He gets it way wide, put way out of the way, and lets the Hurricanes set up on defense and get this ball clear right back into that purple end under pressure.
This ball is up. It is in the box. Cinderblock might be able to touch it down, not able to get around it enough to put it on the net. Wiffles to clear. This is going to be lofted high, and Owl is able to touch it down. Yuki, though, quickly back onto the pressure. Will roll down the wall. Cinderblock on the counterattack. Wiffles quick to interfere. This is in the side. Owl is there. Completely cleared all the way to the other side of the pitch. As Cinderblock will keep it in. Yukihashi is able to push it back into the corner. Owl keeping the onslaught on for the Hurricanes, and the Elite really, I think they're starting to get starved out. Yeah, 43-0 on the boosts between the two players, as they're finally able to get one out, but only for a little bit here.
Yeah, a little bit of pressure finally relieved by the Elite, and you know, the Hurricanes doing a great job with that zone time there. The only thing they couldn't do was generate any kind of scoring chance out of those opportunities. They just brought it in and out of that corner and could never get that ball out in front, despite the Elite being unable to clear for almost a full minute.
50-50, Whiffles trying to battle both Owl and Cinderblock. As Cinder is going to push this all the way back in, gets demoed for his effort though, as Whiffles mistouch. Yuki bailing out Whiffles there, as he had centered that ball perfectly for Owl.
Yeah, Owl unfortunately just didn't get the greatest placement on that one. Really easy save for Yuki. It was kind of low in a really predictable spot. Had the opportunity to kind of lift that one up a little bit more, try and force that stretch save out of the Elite defense. Didn't quite do enough with that one in my opinion.
Now Cinderblock going to push this ball up. Yuki is there. Nice 50's going to take possession here. Pushes the ball down. Owl, though, is going to push it back to the side. Whiffles maintaining the pressure up off the backboard. Cinder is able to clear this ball out. Centered now for Owl, who skies in. He scores 3-0, 47 seconds.
You can see this breakdown and transition from Yuki's perspective as Whiffles just runs straight into them, trying to cut across late and go to back post. Yuki's trying to go into the corner and intercept that ball at the same time. What ends up happening, they leave it wide open for Cinderblock, who puts it on a tee for Owl. Great execution, 3-0.
So now 46 seconds. Can the Elite do anything about this, as Whiffles gonna start him off pretty quick? A goal in 6 seconds here.
The good response here. Whiffles off the kickoff, puts Cinderblock in an awkward spot, doesn't get the execution right, and then just catches it. Owl has no chance at this ball coming back after the kickoff, as Whiffles just does it exactly right. Bring it under control, keep it calm, because you already beat the last defender.
37 seconds left. Ball in the Elite zone. Pushed across by Cinderblock. They're stalling for time right here. Whiffles quickly pushing it into the Hurricanes' corner, but he needs a little bit more of a controlled touch if they are going to put anything on the net right now. Whiffles, a man about demos at the moment, takes control of the ball. 14 seconds left now. Can they do it? Owl will quickly interfere, pushing this all the way back into the box where Yuki is. Now with 4 seconds left, it does seem like the Elite will not be able to do too much with this game, but that consolation goal there, it'll be interesting to see if they adjust to what the Hurricanes have been doing, which is really just throwing these Royal Elite Lions into a pressure cooker and setting on high and just letting it sit overnight.
You really want to let a pressure cooker sit on high overnight? That seems like such a fire hazard, Kendo.
You know, we had the Flames earlier, and that was a fiery matchup.
Yeah, but they got cooled off quite quickly. And speaking of getting cooled off, our friends at Arctic Cooling are always happy to provide CPU cooling parts and other great CPU accessories. Check them out at arctic.ac. But back to your original point, Kendo. I think you're right. I think the Elite just need to kind of get out of their own heads and start going back to fundamentals of Rocket League. Just get the ball upfield, get it into positions that the Hurricanes have to try and defend and have to come back for. And then at least just don't give up the midfield.
Absolutely. And at the same time, you look at the stat sheet, you have 5 saves for the Hurricanes on the 6 shots by the Elite. The defensive rotation was there for the Hurricanes.
Well, how many of those came in that one sequence? That one sequence right at that start of the game where they were just on that goal line and everything was hitting them. It felt like there was nothing the Elite could do at that point because the Hurricanes were just so well positioned.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely. So it'll be interesting if the Hurricanes can continue to maintain the pressure and the defensive rotation. The Elite, though, are going to need to try to find a weakness in this rotation, as Whiffles coming in quickly. That might end up being the weakness, as he was able to pressurize them into that goal there at the end of game number 1. Whiffle's going to take this ball up the wall. Comes down with it. Tries to force the 50-50 with Owl, who is not having it. Great 50 by Yuki, who's going to get the save there. Whiffles will pick it up. Has it on the side. Opts for boost. Gives up control to Cinderblock. Cinder will push it up. Owl to clear. Yuki is able to get contact on the ball. Nice 50-50. Can Whiffles get on it? Yes, he can. He shoots and scores. 4:09, 1-0.
Owl spends a bit too long without boost in the sequence. You can see him want to get to that corner boost, and Yuki with a great little physical play. I don't think it would have mattered, though. Owl was so far out of position by the time that shot came in. I just don't think he would have ever had to do anything about that. Needed to find boost earlier in the play.
So now 4:06 left on the clock. Whiffles puts this high for Yuki, who's going to put it into the corner. This is centered. It'll go over the head of Whiffles. He will control the ball back. Up on the side, Cinderblock. Nice angle, is able to push a shot towards net. Yuki is there, though. This is pushed back towards the net, and Owl. Nice pass into a Cinderblock goal.
And it's so critical to get that ball away cleanly, and Yuki does not do that. It's a desperation kind of clear, just kind of shanks it down into the turf, bounces up as it sets up for Cinderblock to finish that one off. Good pressure by the Hurricanes to get that goal back quickly.
So with 3:44 left on the clock, it is all tied up at 1. Yuki will put a shot towards the net. Nice save by Cinderblock. Both elite in the corner there at the same time. Thankfully, though, Whiffles taking control and pushing it to Yuki. Owl gonna clear this all the way down to the elite side. Pace of play picking up for the elite, but they need to be careful not to miss balls, as every touch is important, especially here in the Champ League. Whiffles pushing the ball down. He's going to beat both Hurricanes as they were a little bit mispositioned there.
This one comes down to the demo that respawns Cinderblock right behind Owl. You see him commit right out of that corner, but the problem is Owl's already upfield. He's in a position where he's trying to time his takeoff. Here's his teammate come from behind him, and it freezes them both in midfield. Whiffles just goes right over top of them and has an open net to shoot at.
Demo strats confirmed. The new meta here in the MLD. Ball in the corner. Cinderblock is there. He's going to push it down. Nice pass over to Owl. Whiffles will take control, though. Missing out on the pass to Yuki. Owl's going to push this towards the net. He scores. Deuce is wild.
Good upfield play here by Owl as he just picks off that weak touch. Yuki's in a really tough spot because he commits in expecting a pass there, and that's the danger in 2v2. When you're trying to go for these small ball infield passes and they don't execute, you've essentially just double committed on the offense and now have such a long run back.
2:38. This is a pass out to Owl from Yuki. Whiffles gonna push this, and it's gonna get 50'd all the way to the other corner. Owl is there. He's up on the wall. He'll pick this ball up and see if he can do anything with it. Yuki, nice off the hood. Will push it out. Whiffles gets the 50-50 into the Hurricanes corner. Cinderblock will try to center. Will try to clear it away. Yuki will try a center for Whiffles. Whiffles there, able to get a nice save. Was playing backwards, and they're going to get away with one here. Cinderblock misses the shot.
Yeah, unfortunately, Cinderblock just couldn't get himself lined up there, but pressure not gone for the elite here as Owl win this one's back. Yuki's in a really tough spot. Owl hits the post, double touch, won't matter. It's 3-2 Hurricanes.
Yuki missing that touch right there. Really, it's a null touch either way. Not a touch you want to be trying to make. You're already playing backwards. The ball nowhere near the net, and as he whiffs that ball, it puts him way out of position to defend the touch by Owl, who gets that double touch. Now it's a 3-2 game with 1:42 left. We'll see if the elite can respond once again. Whiffles touching the ball to the side. This is a nice center by Owl. Cinderblock not able to get around it. Now the overcommit. See if Yuki can push it back the other way. Off the post and up. So close there.
Really good attempt at shot placement by Yuki. Just doesn't get the execution right. It was the only spot, really, that could have been beating Owl on defense there, as he was really well positioned anywhere else in that net. The Hurricanes getting away with one there, but still not out of the danger zone yet. A minute to go. The Elite definitely have the chance to bring this one back.
Yuki is up. He's going to push this ball back down. Owl will get a save. Whiffles centers it for Cinderblock. Can he put it on net? No. Very close, though. Yuki will play it off of the backboard and down. Whiffles is there. Whiffles 50-50 with Cinderblock. We'll see if Yuki can bring it up here. He's got a chance at a 1v1, but Cinderblock catching up will demo and see the offensive pressure ended by the Elite.
Almost, though. Owl kind of gave up that ball at midfield, tried to make the clear with no boost, and again finds himself, I think, without boost here, as the Hurricanes just not really being effective with clearing this ball. They're kind of lumping it up, and they don't have that midfield press with that follow-up that they kind of need to transition out of defense into that pressurized offense. They get away here because the Elite just can't quite do it, and they got one last chance to try and tie it up here.
3 seconds left. This will be centered if Whiffles can turn around. He's going to leave Yuki to this ball. Touch up by Cinderblock. We'll see the ball continue to stay up. Still the ball is up, and finally it will drop. Jay, I wanted to add to your point there, though. Really, it was a missed opportunity for the Elite as well, because they ran themselves out of boost, and the offensive rotation really was a little bit lacking there.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's kind of definitely what broke down there. They had the opportunity for that 0-second play, but what ends up happening is Yuki actually is out of boost transitioning up to offense. He wasn't really great about maintaining a level coming upfield with Whiffles on the rush. So Whiffles wins the pass really well. It's out away from the bar in a great spot for an aerial shot, but Yuki's peeled off out of camera towards the midfield boost. By the time he gets that boost and rotates back in, the shot's gone, the Hurricanes are looking to clear, and the Elite never get that ball back up in the air.
Yeah, I was surprised how long that ball was up, and it was a couple of the touches were by Cinderblock and Owl to keep that ball up. And they had multiple opportunities to just kill it, and thankfully for them, it finally did go down. Definitely a dangerous situation there at the end of game number 2. Elite used the full timer, though. You can't help but wonder if Whiffles is just trying to talk it out with Yuki, see what they can do against this decent rotation that the Hurricanes have been putting on, both on the offensive and defensive side of the ball.
They just need to keep the ball a little bit better. The Hurricanes are giving them opportunities, but the Elite kind of give them right back by putting that ball in a spot where they can't follow up on effectively. Just keep it close. Make sure you position yourself well, that if you have to lose control of the ball, that you're going to win the 50-50.
So now Cinderblock's going to bring this into the corner off the face-off. Whiffles will win a 50 as Yuki is up. This is going to be centered. Cinderblock almost getting an insane touch. Very high up in the air. Whiffles going to touch this up off of the backboard. This is going to be lofted back into the Elite zone by Owl. Great centering opportunity as Whiffles will come in quickly and take this across all the way back into the Hurricane zone. Popped up. Owl will try to clear. Whiffles, though, is there. Ball cleared out to Yuki. Owl will clear it back into the Elite zone. Whiffles trying to defend the onslaught by Cinderblock, and Cinder getting an extra touch on that, I think threw off Owl, who committed hard.
Yeah, I need to call him off on that one there, is Owl screaming in, probably literally along with figuratively. Just needs to tell Cinderblock to let that one roll in front. He's got it lined up, and unfortunately, a big mistake by the Hurricanes there. They don't convert. But again, I talked about it in the first minute. The Elite had a big opportunity with the ball floating above the Hurricanes' net and no pressure to come in and challenge for the ball. But Whiffles chose to pull away, set up at midfield, and they don't get a shot on goal out of it.
Technically, though, if he's an Owl, wouldn't he be screeching in?
I mean...
It's okay. It's okay. Jay, I understand. I was pretty much born in a barn, and most of my jokes are bad. Huh? Barn owl? Barn owl? Never mind.
I mean, there's a punchline. There's a punchline there where you go, "Were you born in a barn?" And you go, "Yes," and I go, "I don't know how I feel about that." But this is a great play out of Cinderblock here. Yuki again, weak clear. Owl picks that one off, and Whiffles is so far up. He has to try and commit to that ball sooner, or he needs to be defending the net. Cinderblock in much quicker over the top. The Hurricanes open the scoring yet again.
And at the 3:06 mark, indeed, it has happened once again for the Hurricanes. Ball is touched up. It's going to be in their corner for Yuki. Whiffles commits hard on that, and here's Cinderblock. He'll try to bring it all the way the other way. Yuki is there. Great save and effort by him as he was flipping as fast as he possibly could. He had run out of boost there.
Yeah, in transition, just went way back really well to get that one away. Took the demo for the efforts, but it's enough to keep the Hurricanes from getting that 2-goal lead. Again, it came down to an opportunity upfield where the Elite just weren't on the same page. They overcommitted and then had to scramble back in transition and really had to work to get that save.
Nice pass by Whiffles to Yuki there. But Yuki unable to put a shot on. And I think you touched on something that is extremely evident right now. They haven't been on the same page. Normally, I'm the type of person to brag about how this Elite team, this squad in particular, really loves to look for passes to each other, as we might get one right here as Yuki passing it to Whiffles. Great play by the Elite. That's one's worth clipping.
A strong upfield pass from Yuki. Sees Whiffles coming off that near post. It's a great spot because it forces Cinderblock to come across and try and challenge for that one. Kind of feel like if Cinderblock recognizes there isn't a great shot coming out of there, Whiffles is only able to get a tip redirect. In the past, never had that much velocity in the first place. Would have been able to sit back, try and make that coverage instead of challenging for that ball.
Absolutely. I love the fact that the Elite like to make me eat my words just as I'm about to say it.
How do they taste, Kendo?
Well, you know, they taste like words. Halitosis.
A little bit bitter.
Anyway. Owl trying to get a nice pass to Cinderblock. Whiffles is there to save this ball. Another pass to Cinderblock, and he will complete the play. 2-1.
Team play into team play. Whiffles with an awkward clear. Yuki's rotating around through the direction of play there. Sets up nicely, but doesn't have the time to get out and challenge for that one. Cinderblock reaching up with that dominance, just tips it overhead and says, anything you guys can do, we can do better.
Absolutely. Here's a fake, though. Yuki reading it, flicking the ball up, and it's going to go bar and out. He read that fake so well and did exactly what you need to do in that circumstance.
Feel like the only thing he could have done better was take that shot a little bit more effectively. The way he popped it up, didn't get the greatest accuracy, tried to go bar down, didn't quite get there, went bar and away ultimately, but everything right up until the final product, and that's kind of the Elite's night so far.
Nice clear here by Cinderblock, mainly off of the nose of Owl. Ball in the Elite corner. Whiffles the last man back. 2v none as open net. Yuki! What a save by him coming in quickly to keep that away.
Oh, Whiffles had the opportunity to turn that around, bring it upfield, but rushed the play, lost it into the corner, put himself in a spot where he really couldn't shoot, and then overhit the pass anyway, and they don't get a chance out of it.
Yuki. Whiffles going to be quick to clear. 20 seconds now. We'll see if Whiffles can do something with this ball. It is in the box. Bar down. Not in. Owl is able to get this ball cleared away. Yuki quickly onto it, though. Into the side. Owl and Whiffles are both there. Nice dunk by Whiffles. This is centered. Cinderblock able to get the touch on it. Hurricanes survive game number 3.
Survive is a great word for it there. The Elite were trying to press that in. The Hurricanes honestly giving up so much pressure at the midfield in that final minute. But the Elite, Kendo, just not executing to the best of their abilities. They just were not finding a way to string together the passes with enough reliability for them to be effective.
Yeah, and really, I want to finish the point that I was trying to make earlier before they scored and made me eat my words. A lot of what they've been doing, with the exception of that one goal in this game, has fallen on deaf ears between the two of them, because it seems like they're just not connecting the way that they normally do. But that's really led to the Hurricanes being able to take a much more firm stance on their rotations. But really, just in this game alone, we saw a little bit of a hole in that rotation for the Hurricanes. So if the Elite can get it, for lack of better terms, get it together, get on the same level, connect with each other the way that I think we're normally used to seeing them connect, they can take a couple games off this team, despite the fact that they've already lost a series.
They need to just take advantage of mistakes when presented, and the Hurricanes have been giving to them on a number of occasions. They're just never positioned to take advantage, and that comes down to just basic decision making when they peel off and give up that pressure because they go boost hunting at midfield.
So now, off the face-off, ball will clear into both ends. Cinderblock will pick this up in his own. Yuki is there on the defense. This is pushed towards the net. Whiffles will take it across just to make sure that it does not go anywhere near that net. The touchback, Yuki is there. He's in an awkward spot, though, as there's no velocity on the ball. He's able to fake one and gets a 50 challenge into the corner off of Owl. That was a dangerous spot there for the Elite.
Yeah, but here's an equally dangerous spot. Owl losing the 50 kind of back into Yuki, forcing Cinderblock to come way out, but that is a huge miss from Whiffles defensively. And the Hurricanes get away with one positionally, and then one quick little touch is all it takes to beat that last defender.
One quick little touch indeed, and that in a situation like that, you think it would be better for him to kind of shadow the ball a little bit more, just make sure he stays in between the ball and the goal?
Absolutely. Once he grabbed the boost, he made his mind up. He's like, I'm going to commit to this one. But the only thing that does is now you've made the first move. Now the guy with the ball, who's got full control of that ball at that point in time, can just see exactly what you're doing, go around you. Speaking of going around people, transition upfield.
I mean, this was beautiful play off of the side wall by Whiffles. Yuki reading it absolutely perfectly, able to push it down the net, making the Hurricanes pay for a little bit of an overcommit there in that corner.
Exactly. The Hurricanes make a mistake at midfield. You have to convert that into, at the very least, a shot on goal that forces a save. And that's something the Elite have not done with any regularity in this series, and it's a big reason that they're down 3-0 on the board right now.
Pressure right now going the Elite's way. They're keeping the ball in the Hurricane zone. Missed opportunity there, though, as Whiffles now taking control on the side wall, pushing it towards the net. Owl with the save. Yuki quickly in. Both Hurricanes are in the same side. Cinderblock, though, able to control it out just for now. Whiffles trying to retain Owl to push it out. Cinder, nice touch. This is going to drop down in the box. Yuki able to get the save there, as that was very close to a goal for the Hurricanes.
It was a great play by Cinderblock. Didn't really have a chance to shoot that on goal, so he popped it up, lined up Owl for the shot. Had Owl had more boost, instead of the 11 in the tank that he did, would have been able to get up well above Yuki, who really was poorly positioned to make the save, and probably put that over top of how much height Yuki could have gotten before he cleared it away.
Now, as we reach the halfway point, we are dead even at 1-1. Ball is in the Elite quarter. Yuki Heshi will take it up. Nice 50-50, and Cinderblock rushing to kill that ball, keep it out of the net, pushes it all the way back down, and Yuki able to make a save on the other end. Rapid fire offense for both these teams. This ball is in the box. Whiffles able to push it away. Now as the Elite pick up the ball in the Hurricane zone, this is going to be put down for Cinderblock, who is going to demo Yuki and push it all the way into the corner. Great bump on Whiffles, paves the way for Owl, who scores.
This is absolutely savage. Cinderblock sees the only plays from Whiffles after that demo he makes at midfield. Whiffles gets pushed so far back, there's no recovery whatsoever, and Owl comes through with the finish. They take the lead again in Game 4.
I'm glad there aren't any bugs that send you through the net, because Whiffles probably would have gone through it with the velocity that he got scored with.
We'd be finding him next week.
Yeah, exactly. Definitely a very savage play by Cinderblock. Whiffles looked like he got hit by a brick.
I mean, Hurricane Force wins, I guess.
Yeah, exactly. Whiffles is going to try to center this ball. Cinderblock is there on the defense. Yuki will push the ball up. Not a very good play, though, as Owl so close to getting a shot on net. Yuki, though, able to make the play despite being backwards. Whiffles is going to miss on the defense. This is up off the backboard for Owl. What a play by Yuki to clear this ball away. Foot race back into the Hurricane zone. Cinderblock will win it. Yuki will keep it there in the corner. He's up on the wall with Owl. Gets the touch, but this is an unfortunate one. Cinderblock plays the ball across for Owl. Up off of the bar and out. Yuki touching the ball. Slows it down for Whiffles. This is going to be center for Yuki. Not able to get around it, though. The demo on Whiffles as he overflips, and Owl will score.
Whiffles, when he respawns, needs to recognize that rushing in on this play is going to burn him there. I'm not even sure if he knew where that ball was, but Owl was on top of that one the whole way. You see Whiffles go right past it, no play on the ball whatsoever, and Owl puts them up to a 2-goal lead.
He might still be in concussion protocol from that hit that he took into his own net. But 22 seconds left. The Elite really need to put something in the net right now. But the possession in that of the Hurricanes. Cinderblock going to push this ball down into the Elite zone. Yuki might have a chance at a break here. 1v1 Cinderblock will defend well. And game number 4 will go to the Hurricanes 3-1.
Good game by the Hurricanes. Just kept it simple. Kept it down to fundamentals. Yes, they gave up a weak goal. And we talked about that a little bit, that the Elite needed to punish the mistakes. But the Hurricanes didn't make any more after that, Kendo. There were none after that first goal.
Exactly. And really, the Hurricanes' defensive rotation that we were talking about in the first 2 games is back in full force in this matchup. Like, that was a clinic, almost. Very fun to watch. However, the Elite, they kept it close once again until about the halfway point, at which it seems like there were a lot of overcommits on the offensive end, and it seems like the Elite are starting to get desperate. Maybe a little bit of tilt. I don't want to say that or put that label on what's going on in a certain team, but definitely tough to lose 4 close matches the way that they've lost.
Yeah, they...
Oh!
Ooh. Oh my.
What a play.
Bit of a fake kickoff out of the Hurricanes. Owl doesn't get this one far enough upfield. Yuki picks it off right up to Whiffles, who was expecting this one here out of the corner. Great team play by the Elite. That's the kind of motivation, the momentum they needed to kick this one off.
And that's the type of plays that I've been talking about. Like, they love to look pass first. This missed touch by Cinderblock. Dangerous position. Double commit by Owl as well. Will drop for Whiffles. Not able to get a very good touch on, and Cinderblock able to make the save. Drop down for Cinderblock. He's going to clear it all the way off the backboard. Whiffles is going to miss right there. Owl puts it back on net. Yuki able to make the save. Not able to maintain possession, though. 2-on-1 in the Elite zone. And the Hurricanes not able to do anything with that one. Now Yuki, this is pushed towards the net, but is a little bit wide to the right. A minute gone by, Jay, and the Elite looking a little bit better. Really, the Hurricanes, they look a little bit stunned by that start to the match.
I don't really feel like they're stunned by it right now. They're just trying to get the wheels back underneath them for a moment, get the momentum back. They've been doing a lot of things right. Cinderblock with a couple of great 50-50s to get that ball upfield. Just didn't have any boost to do anything with it because he had the elite in such a tough spot had he been able to get that ball up, try and go for the shot off the backboard.
So now a 3:30 mark on the clock. This is drop down for Cinderblock. What a play by him. He scores.
So difficult to let this ball hit the corner. I understand what Yuki's trying to do. He's not 100% sure where it's going to go, but then he executes the clear really poorly. He actually goes past the ball as it comes down, then takes off. If you're going to wait for it to come down, you have to make sure your read is on point with that, especially when you're the last defender on that goal line.
3:22. We have a tie game once again as we are approaching the midway mark. Hurricanes having the ball in the elite zone. Great pressure by Owl. This will be towards center. Wiffles touch out, pushed back into the box by Cinderblock. Yuki controlling on the side, gets by one. Cinderblock, though, quick to interfere. Will touch this ball down, keeping it in the zone. The Wiffles quick to push it back out. This is towards the net, and Wiffles choosing to let Yuki get the goal there. 2-1.
Yeah, great pressure by Wiffles. Owl doesn't get enough of this when it's Cinderblock's already upfield. That's the danger about being up on that midfield line. When you lose that 50-50, if you're the second player in line, you are beat. Your whole team is beat. And you better hope that the team with that ball that's past you in an open net is capable of missing an open net. Because that's your only hope at that point.
So the Elite have the ball in the Hurricane zone. Nice touch off the backboard, though Owl read it very well. 50-50 victory there for Yuki's going to see this go all the way to the opposite corner. Nice play by Wiffles. Didn't quite get the bounce off of the ridge of the backboard that he would have liked there to try to center it to Yuki. What a play by Yuki. Great pass to Wiffles.
This one breaks down for the Hurricanes. Cinderblock off that sidewall just gives up possession to Yuki. He's waiting for this one all day. Owl's at the near post. No chance on this one coming out of the corner. It's over his head. Wiffles has an open net, drives it straight in. And it's a 2-goal lead for the Elite here in Game 5.
Can they maintain the pressure that they've had on? They're definitely winning 50s in the Hurricanes zone. Drop down. Wiffles almost created an own goal situation for Owl. Pushed out by the Hurricanes, but they're not able to keep that pressure on. Cinderblock pushes it across, just trying to stall out Yuki. Nice 50-50 win. This is an open net. Can Yuki get around it in time? Not in time. Cinderblock there on the defensive touch. Wiffles is up. He's going to push this down. Owl is also there. Both Hurricanes seem to be committing to the same ball at the moment right now, Jay. Maybe a little bit of panic. I'm not 100% sure, but the Elite definitely have had them on their heels these past couple minutes.
Yeah, the Canes' execution right now in the midfield and into the final third has fallen way off from what it was in games 1 through 4. They're just kind of chasing at things. They're not really positioning themselves effectively. And the touches they are getting, they're not great. They're not really effective in getting the ball into places that the Elite aren't easily going to contest.
One thing that I've noticed, they haven't maintained control very well. A lot of the touches have been, I don't want to call them errant, but they've been basically chips away from their control. And they've shipped a lot of balls to the Elite in this matchup. Not to be confused with the balls that get shipped to the winner of the Player of the Week, as Yuki, Play of the Week, excuse me, Yuki's going to score here 4-1.
Just look at how that one breaks down, though. Cinderblock going for something off the backboard out of desperation at this point. And then Owl at the midfield, not in a place where he can react to it. He's drifting too far up to be able to react to when his teammate misses that ball, and it falls to the Elite player in that pocket of space where they're able to clear it away much more effectively.
Now, Owl, this will be centered for Cinderblock. They are not dead yet, Jay.
Good pressure, but this comes down to the Elite pressing up on that kickoff. They double commit to the kickoff. They lose the ball through the seam into their backfield, and the Hurricanes capitalize very, very quickly. There's time on the board for 2 more to push this game to OT and for them to look for the sweep here.
Whiffles able to push this ball back into the Hurricane zone. Owl is there. Gets it out for now. 16 seconds now on the clock. This is going to be towards center block, centered. Nice touch to the corner, but it is wide open, and Yuki is there. Push to Owl. This is on net. He scores! 4 seconds and a 1-goal game.
Game on here is the Elite guilty of not getting this ball clear effectively. Yuki with a really soft touch. Cinder block, infield pass. Owl cuts it off. Great angle to fire that one to the back post. Keep this one alive for Hurricanes fans out there. There's just enough time to get this one in the air and go for some zero heroics.
Oh
nope,
my.
Denied. Feels bad, man. Good game.
Feels bad. Feels bad, man, to a point, though. The Elite, though, coming away with a victory here, consolation, but they took a rough hit, especially with how close the Volcanic division is, Jay.
Well, this alone puts them so much further behind all the teams left to play. They need help out of every other opponent for a Volcanic division team for the rest of the weekend now. And that's the tough thing about being the first team on the docket in your division when you're chasing it down. Because when you don't take advantage of being playing first and closing that gap, you have a mountain to climb because you need so much help out of things that are so far out of your control.
Absolutely, Jay. Oh, man. I tell you what, Jay, I'm a little bit tired right now. But the one thing that does keep me going when I'm in the middle of a cast, of course, is the one and only Balls Guarana. And, you know, ginger. I had some ginger with some sushi earlier today for lunch. Oh my goodness. And I'm not talking normal, like, pickled ginger like you would have with sushi. You folks, try it. The ginger flavored balls is absolutely amazing. And I say all this to remind you, of course, that do not forget that if you saw a play that you liked today, especially some of those elite plays, I do expect to see some of those as Play of the Week nominees. But you see a play, you make sure that you clip it, folks. And make sure that you post it on Twitter, of course. And hashtag it. MLDPOTW, maybe even at Balls Guarana. That way they know, hey, there are people watching some magnificent Rocket League plays, and there are people winning a case of Balls Guarana, if, of course, they win. And, of course, congratulations to Ray, who won himself a case of Balls Guarana on that magnificent save off of the backboard.
And if you need help keeping your PC cool in all of your intense gaming moments, check out our friends at Arctic Cooling. You can visit their website at arctic.ac to visit their full line of PC cooling hardware and all the other accessories they have for sale there. A big shout out to them for being one of our primary sponsors here in Season 6 of Minor League Doubles. Join us again tomorrow night, guys. It'll be Freestyle Friday, kicking off at 9 o'clock Eastern to top things off. We've got a couple of important Platinum League matchups to talk about. It'll be the Jets and the Hawks fighting over that top of the Sky division. That division very, very tight this season. And then another match that might determine your future Arctic Division champion in the Platinum League. The Foxes trying to reel in the Wolves as Predator meets Prey. Live here on Beckwith Night. Again, folks, 9 o'clock Eastern, 6 o'clock Pacific. As always, here live on twitch.tv/MLDoubles. Hit the follow button if you haven't already. And if you can spare a few bucks, make sure you subscribe. Get access to our Discord if you haven't already. Be able to interact with players, with the administration, with everybody around the MLD community. Might just be able to get in the door yourself a little bit faster. For Kendo and myself, I've been Inanimate J. You can follow us on Twitter at Kendo Slice. That's Kendo with a 0. And Inanimate J on Twitter. We'll see you guys back tomorrow night, kicking off with the Jets and the Hawks, live here on twitch.tv. Have a great night. We'll see you next time.
Now you're standing close to me. I feel your body shiver. It's not that I can set you free. Don't wanna cry a river. I see you standing in the rain. Without you I go insane. I feel your touch, I want you near. Without you I have no fear.